What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Blinded Truth Shot. I'm your host, Destiny Vance, and this episode is powered by Destiny is by Choice Support Services. Today's Truth Shot is called Brick Walls Don't Block You. They reveal you, okay? And I need y'all to really sit with that for a second, because I know I had to. Because most people spend their entire lives getting angry at the wall when the wall was never sent to stop them. The wall was sent to expose them. Expose your, It was sent to expose your mindset, expose your discipline, expose your patience, expose your character, expose whether you really wanted it or just liked the idea of it. See, everybody says they want healing until healing requires accountability. And everybody says they want purpose until purpose becomes uncomfortable. And everybody says they want growth until growth costs them people, habits, comfort, and excuses. That's when the brick walls shows up. And suddenly you feel stuck. You start questioning yourself and questioning God, questioning your worth, questioning your direction. But what if the wall isn't punishment? What if it's revelation? What if the wall was designed to show you who you become under pressure? Because pressure introduces you to yourself. A lot of people don't actually know who they are until life gets hard. And when everything is flowing, everybody feels confident, everybody posts motivation, everybody talks big. But when life starts hitting and when the money gets tight, when your mental health gets shaky, and when people leave, when betrayal happens, when addiction whispers again and again, and when grief sits on your chest, and when you feel exhausted trying to just survive, that is where truth lives. That's where you meet the real version of yourself. And I know what it feels like to hit walls, and I know what it feels like to pray and still struggle, and to try to heal and still hurt at the same time, as well as to outgrow people and feel lonely because of it, and to keep showing up while silently carrying things that nobody even knows about. Some of y'all listening right now are emotionally exhausted, and not physically, but emotionally. You're tired of fighting battles in your head, and you're tired of being strong for everybody else. You're tired of carrying trauma that wasn't even yours to begin with. And life keeps throwing wall after wall after wall at you. But hear me clearly. The wall is not proof that you're failing. Sometimes the wall is proof you're changing. And because walls force decisions, a wall will make you quit or evolve. A wall will expose whether you're committed or convenient. See, convenient people stop when things get uncomfortable. And committed people adjust. And that's the difference between the two. And a lot of us were taught to think to struggle means stop. But it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But what it means is sometimes struggle means transform. And some of the strongest people I know were built in seasons where nothing made sense. Not on the mountain top when everything is perfect, not in survival mode. And I think that's what people miss about healing, because healing is not always beautiful. Sometimes healing looks ugly. And sometimes healing looks like crying in your car. I had to do that. Sometimes healing looks like losing friends. Sometimes healing looks like starting over. And sometimes healing looks like sitting alone because your spirit can no longer tolerate fake environments. That's growth. But society glamorizes outcomes and ignores process. People will celebrate your success while having no idea what broke inside you to build it. They have no idea how many nights you almost gave up. No idea how many times you doubted yourself, and no idea how hard you fought just to stay alive mentally. And that's why the wall matters, because the wall strips performance. You can't fake yourself at the wall. The wall reveals whether your confidence was built on validation or foundation. And let me tell y'all something honest that a lot of you don't understand. But sometimes some walls are self-created. Okay? Let's get deep. And that's the uncomfortable truth. Some of us keep running into the same wall because we refuse to change our patterns. We keep blaming people and blaming timing, blaming circumstances. But accountability is part of growth. And you cannot heal what you keep defending. Read that and hear that again, especially in your spirit. You cannot heal what you keep defending. And some people are addicted to chaos because chaos feels familiar. Some people sabotage peace because peace feels foreign. And some people pray for elevation while entertaining things designed to destroy them. And eventually, life puts a wall there. Not because God hates you or the universe hates you, because continuing that direction would destroy you. And some walls are protection, some walls are redirection, and some walls are mirrors. That's powerful in itself, because mirrors don't lie, but the wall reflects what still needs work inside of you. Your anger, your fear, your ego, your insecurity, your avoidance, your wounds. And listen, that does not make you broken. It makes you human. We all got something we're working through, but growth begins when honesty begins, not performative honesty, real honesty. It's the kind where you stop pretending you're okay when you're not. It's the kind that you finally admit you're tired. The kind where you finally face your trauma instead of numbing it. The kind where you stop running from yourself. That's courage, not perfection. And I think one of the biggest lies people believe is that successful people don't struggle. That's false. The strongest people struggle deeply. The difference is they learn how to keep moving while carrying weight. And that's what resilience is. Resilience is not never falling apart. Resilience is rebuilding after you do. And that's why I respect survivors so much, because people who have every reason to quit but don't. People who lost people, lost time, lost confidence, lost pieces of themselves, and still found reason to keep walking. That's strength. That's a whole lot of strength. Not pretending to have it all together, because real strength is surviving seasons that should have broke you. And if you're listening to this right now or watching, I need you to understand that the wall in front of you is not the end of your story. Don't let temporary pain convince you your life has no purpose. Don't let one hard season define your identity. You are more than your worst moment, more than your mistakes, more than your trauma, more than the labels people have put on you. And some of y'all need to stop waiting for outside validation before believing in yourself, because everybody is not going to understand your journey, and they're not going to respect it. Some people only support versions of you they can control. And the minute you grow and the minute you heal, the minute you start setting boundaries, they get uncomfortable. And that's because your growth exposes their stagnation, and that's okay. Not everybody is assigned to your next season. So stop shrinking to keep people comfortable, because it's not doing you any good. The wall may separate you from people who can't go where you're headed. I know that hurts a lot of you, but sometimes isolation is preparation. And sometimes God has to remove noise so you can hear yourself again. And maybe that wall you're mad at right now, and I'm speaking to myself because I have a wall that I'm mad at right now, is actually building your foundation. Because strength is built through resistance, okay? It's built through resistance, and that's something that I had to learn. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and we forget that diamonds are formed under pressure. And purpose is usually born in pain. And I truly believe some of the people with the deepest wounds become the greatest voices of healing, because pain gives perspective. And that's why your story matters. And that's why your survival also matters. That's why your voice matters. Somebody else needs to hear your story. And they also need to hear that it's possible when things are hitting at a wall and still going. And that even though they're hitting that wall, they need to keep going. So you do not have to have everything figured out today. You just have to keep moving. One step, and sometimes I even say 1 minute at a time, but one step at a time, one decision at a time, one boundary, one healing conversation at a time, one sober day, one breakthrough at a time. That's why they say just for today. That's how transformation happens. Not overnight, but consistency. And if nobody told you that today, I'm going to tell you that I'm proud of you for surviving things you don't even talk about. And I'm proud of you for continuing when life got heavy. I'm proud of you for still trying, because trying matters. And before we end this truth shot, I want y'all to remember this. Brick walls don't block you. They reveal you. They reveal your endurance. And they reveal your mindset, your discipline, your healing, and your faith. And I want you to remember that. It reveals your resilience. And once you stop fearing the wall, that's when you start to becoming who you are. So, I love y'all. And remember that your destiny is by choice and not by chance. And until next time, you better keep walking in your truth. Bye.